What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So a while back I made a video going over some of the worst anime I've watched. In my opinion, some of the worst anime ever made. Obviously from what I have watched, my personal opinion on that matter. But that was about, I want to say, like 2 or 3 years ago when I did that. Um, but I decided, I was kind of thinking about it, I was like, man, I kind of want to do something similar to that, but with like live action movies. So I went to my IMDb and I was like thinking about like some of the worst movies I've watched. I made an IMDb about three years ago. Just kind of go over some of the movies I watched. 'Cause I like the catalog shit like that, just to kind of give my opinion on some of these movies that maybe other people would like, but I don't personally enjoy. Just kind of put my opinion out there and stuff, and just kind of like look over some of the movies. And I was like, yeah, this movie wasn't very good, but I'm on my IMDb. I have over 300 movies on my IMDb that I'm looking through, and I'm going through my lowest rated ones. I'm gonna go over like the ones with bad rating that I thought was personally bad, but also that IMDb, the people on IMDb also think are pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, guys. I'm gonna switch the camera to here, and I guess the first movie we talked about is Smile, dude. Bro, I don't even know how the fuck this movie has a. We'll go ahead and play the trailer. But okay, fucking play the trailer, bitch. Advertisements, bro. Dude, I don't understand how this fucking movie has a 6.5 on IMDb, bro. What are y'all smoking, bro? What are y'all actually smoking? There's no fucking shot that this is anything above an average movie, dude. So the whole concept is like this girl works for like an insane ward or some shit, and people are killing themselves randomly. And like and the whole like they get when they watch someone kill themselves, they get possessed, and then they have the smile on their face like that. And she's trying to figure out why people keep killing themselves, and then I think eventually in the end she gets caught. Um, and then she has to kill herself, or she's trying to fight the earth to kill herself or some shit. I don't really remember. This movie was so bad. It was like it wasn't even horror in my opinion. But like it was basically like she's trying to figure out the correlation between the suicides and and people witnessing the suicides. Because like if you witness a suicide, you would go insane and you eventually kill yourself. Man, I just don't. I'm not a big fan of horror movies in general, but man, this movie just did not keep my attention. It wasn't funny. I'm more of an like the or what. It wasn't good. It wasn't so bad. It was funny. It was just like boring and honestly like I don't know. I think the ending was really bad. I just don't remember it. It's been over a year since I watched it. It is like a lot of horror movies I've watched just ain't good, and I just did not like this movie at all. I gave it a 2 out of 10 on IMDb. Literally, just watch it for yourself if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest it. I'm more into psychological horror, like I said, but this one's like kind of like there are some jump scares in there, I guess, but jump scares are pretty cheesy in horror movies, and um, I don't know, just not my favorite horror movie, and definitely not one of my favorite movies. And like I said, horror movies to me is just like one of the worst genres in films. Pretty lazy and shit. Like look at this shit. What the fuck is even that, bro? Anyway, moving on to another movie. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next movie, number 2 out of 5. I've been doing 5 of these movies. I don't know if I mentioned that. Next is another horror movie, Us. Once again, how the fuck does this movie have almost a 7 on IMDb? Blows my fucking mind. I gave this movie also a 2. I didn't give any movie a 1, but it basically starts out this girl goes to like a carnivore or some shit, and she walks into a mirror, and it just cuts to her in the future, and there's like copies of them, as you can see. There's like copies of them, and they're evil as fuck, and like they're trying to kill the the other family, and they're like fighting each other, and then like there's this whole bullshit about that carnival and crap. But like the biggest line is like they're like it cracks me up is that says she's like we're true Americans. Like what, bro? Like oh my god. Like I don't understand how this movie like I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer. Bro, I don't know how this movie is even a concept. I think the big plot twist at the end was like that um that like the copy is actually their true selves, and or she's the evil copy, the chick is the evil copy, while I don't know if it's like the evil copies are like the true selves, or if she is just the evil version of hers. Like her actual person in the movie is actually the evil version of the other ones. But dude, this movie just, oh my god, it wasn't scary. It was kind of so bad it's funny. I actually kind of enjoyed it, and it turned into like, it stopped turning into like a horror movie, and it was starting to turn into more of like an action movie towards the end, where like at first it was like kind of spooky how they snuck up on them, and then it just turned into big fights, where like each of them would take on their own personas.
500 pounds of cotton.
You know how
they'd each take on their own personas and just fight each other, one-on-one, hand-to-hand, you know what I'm saying? Some of them use weapons, and there's like some cheesy one-liners in there too, between the fights and shit. Man, that was kind of funny. Like, I feel like they didn't take themselves too seriously towards the end, and they went back to there, and then that's when you get the twist at the end that the evil one was like the original ones. And like, I don't really know how it ended, honestly, but like, dude, it was just so bad. Like, at first it was like a horror movie, and it turned into an action, and I was like, it was all over the place. I don't think they knew what they wanted to do with this movie at all. It was just like, I don't know. It's not my fucking cup of tea. Like I said, I'm not big into horror movies, so a lot of these bottom ones are, all of these bad movies I'm gonna be rating are just gonna be horror movies because they're just so bad. I don't like any horror movies. They're so bad. They're not scary at all, and they're just like, some of them are so bad they're funny. I'm like, okay, maybe I can see how someone can enjoy this movie if they're like trying to get a quick laugh, because some of the lines would be cheesy as fuck, and the jump scares would be like booty booty booty. I'm like, well, okay, it's kind of funny, but some people, I don't understand how people are genuinely afraid of these movies, man, because these are so bad. Some of these, if the scares don't get you, then honestly, it's not gonna be a good movie, man. It's just not. So anyway, guys, this is gonna be movie number 2 out of 5. One of the worst movies I've ever watched. Alright, guys, here's another movie that at least IMDb agrees with me on this one, that it's a bad fucking movie. I watched this movie a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it has the same actor as, like, never mind, I thought he played in a different movie, but anyway, this movie starts with like they get a house in like the middle of fucking nowhere, and like they're living in it, and there's this guy, like they keep getting weird shit happening in their house, like fucking shit's like fucking breaking, lights are going off, like shit like that. You got Boots over there with their fucking, and he's like a serial killer, and like the whole plot is like the serial killer is like, they're trying to figure out who is doing this shit and what's been going on with like everything around town. And like, you think that old chick right there, let me play the trailer. You think that old chick has something to do with the story, but she has absolutely nothing to do. I like the scenery of this movie. I don't know where they filmed this movie at, but like the scenery is awesome.
You should stay at our mountain house.
But holy shit, there's like, this movie is just a whole nothing burger, bro. It's not scary. There's no suspenseful moments in it. It's just a fucking joke. It's just a joke. I don't even remember any of the characters in this fucking movie at all, dude. Like, it doesn't even look like I watched. I remember her. You think that old lady is like some kind of important character because she's always there, like all suspicious and shit, and you think that she's the one been doing all this weird shit, but she does nothing. She has nothing to do with the story at all, dude. And like, it's like these weird things are happening in the house. They can't figure out why. They're trying to do a whole fucking, but people start getting killed and shit, and like fucking all kinds of bullshit start happening. They're trying to get the fucking bottom of it, and then at the end, the guy with the fucking damn leather boots finally fucking invades, comes in hot. You also think that one guy, you also think that this guy right here, you think that he has something to do with it because he's always there, and like, or you think it's like the previous owner's house. No, it was the previous owner's house. I'm pretty sure the guy in the boots was the previous owner of the house, and he kills him and resells the house, I guess, to make money or some shit. I don't fucking know. This movie's weird though. I don't understand like what the fuck is going on in it. Like, it's just so fucking bad, dude. Like, at least IMDb agrees with it on their rating because they gave it a 3. I gave it a 2. So yeah, I don't really see any substance in this movie. It's just a big nothing burger. Nothing. Nobody even fucking watched it anyway. So it's just a bunch of nothing, bro. You end with like no more questions than answers. It didn't. Not a good conclusion at all. It's just so bad, bro. So bad. Anyway, that's number 3. We're gonna move on to number 4. All right, number 4 is gonna be a movie that a lot of people on IMDb also agrees with. An older movie. When does this movie come out? It has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it as Mr. Freeze, but man, is this movie cheesy as fuck, bro. Like, this does not give Batman justice at all. Widely considered to be the worst Batman movie ever made. Maybe one of the worst DC movies ever made. Batman and Robin, dude. Oh, this came out in 1997. Dude, I've only watched this a couple times in my life, but I remember it being so bad, bro. So fucking bad, dude. But I ain't gonna lie, Mr. Freeze's one-liners are funny. It does give some good substance. But just look at the fucking effects in this movie, dude. I mean, again, it's in 1997, but goddamn. Like, what is even going on in this movie? I remember Robin was completely fucking useless the whole fucking time. Getting fucking taken out at every fucking instance in the movie. And if Batman has to go save him, bro. The action was so bad. So cheesy. The fucking one-liners were everywhere. Look at Robin getting fucking fenced up again, bro. He's just a gag character. His only purpose was to get fucking beat up and fucking hornswoggled every fucking time. Dude, this movie was so bad, bro. Like, but honestly, it did have some substance. It does have some substance because like it's one of those movies that are like is so bad it's good. Like, I'd honestly watch this again just to make fun of it, dude. So at least you have something there. Unlike the other 3 movies, like I feel like there's like no reason to watch those 3 movies except for Us, because Us was funny towards the end. But like this movie is funny throughout. It's just like, how can anybody take this shit seriously, bro? Just the way this movie looks is just joke. Is funny as fuck, bro. I mean, just look at it, bro. Look at this movie, bro. How can you tell me? How can you take this movie seriously, dude? It is so freaking bad. Robin, like I said, just getting fucking clapped every chance he gets. Fucking Batman coming to save the day. I think it ends with Batman and Robin teaming up to beat fucking Mr. Freeze. Or Batman saving Robin. I can't remember exactly what happens at the end, but overall, man, I can understand why no one likes this movie because it's so bad. It's probably the worst DC movie ever made, honestly. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. One more.
One kiss.
She wants to kill you, Dick.
Anyway, moving on to the next one.
My rules, a kid
Let's
is
see
alive.
what the last one is. Alright, last one we're gonna do is The Exorcism of Emily Rhodes. Another movie that I don't see how it almost has a 7 out of 10. Like, a 7 out of 10 meaning like it's a good movie. This is not a good movie, bro. For one, it's not even a horror movie in my opinion because it's mostly just them trying to it's mainly just a fucking like Law and Order type shit, bro. Like, the whole thing is like Emily Rose dies during like an exorcism or something. She gets like fucking possessed, and this priest is trying to exorcise her so she can get the demon out or whatever, but ends up killing him. And then this whole thing is like this lawyer is trying to get him out free, trying to plead his case, but he's like, no, because I did it and like this shit, and he's like trying to like, I forgot why he didn't want to follow her instructions or some shit. Like, he's playing like hard, like there's the priest right there, like he
is telling Emily Rose.
but the whole thing is like it's not even like a horror movie. There's no real scary parts in this movie at all. It's like all it is just like she's going to court trying to figure out what happened to Emily Rose, and then they trying to piece the puzzle together like a damn investigation, and she's trying to get him to plead so he get like a shorter sentence, but he's like, no, I don't deserve like a shorter sentence or some shit. He needs to like I want to be out free or some shit.
I want people to
And, like,
hear what only I can tell.
And what is
He
that?
like discusses the whole thing,
Why?
and like eventually it ends with him going free, dude. Like, it was so hard not to fall asleep watching this movie because it's so fucking boring, dude. It's not scary. It's it's kind of interesting if you're into
Emily
that
had
kind of like
epilepsy.
law movie
Father Moore's beliefs
genre,
are
but like,
based on
bro, I could
superstition.
not keep my eyes open
Father
watching this
Moore
shit,
asked
bro.
you to
Like,
give
it
her
was so
medical help.
boring. It
I
wasn't even a
couldn't
horror
help her.
movie.
Why couldn't you help her?
I just, it
Because there are
was
no injections against the devil.
just like so bad, man. Like,
Emily?
you go into it expecting like a horror movie, like a ghost movie, and you come out with like fucking nothing, bro. You come out with this shit, bro. Like, look at that, bro. How you think that's scary? 'Cause I don't, bro. I don't think it's scary. Like,
Demons
like
exist, whether you believe in
the
them or
horror
not.
movie genre is just so like, it's so oversaturated with movies that try to rely on the jump scares, that try to put no thought into their story. I did not realize that I did not realize the volume was on. That don't put any effort into the story, just goes for fucking shit like that, bro. And I mean, looks this one had put some effort into their story, but then they have like no scary moments in it. So like, I don't know, man. It's just horror movies just suck, man. Just overall, just a terrible fucking movie genre, and it's so lazy. All the movies are so fucking lazy and fucking. It's just. And this movie was just boring, just through and through. I don't like boring movies. I like if I want to watch a horror movie, I want to go over a movie that I can at least make fun of, or is actually giving me a little bit of fucking like emotion while watching it, bro. This didn't give me any of that. So obviously one of my worst movies I've watched. Alright guys, I figured I'd throw a little bonus on this one because the video is a little short, so I'm gonna go into one of my guilty pleasure movies. A movie that a lot of people don't like, but I thought was one of my favorite movies. A Haunted House 2, man. I don't see how people could look at this movie and rate it lower than fucking some of these horror movies like Us, Smile. Like, how the fuck, bro? Have we even watched the same movie? I mean, this ain't a very popular movie, I guess so, but this is a movie. It's a sequel to Haunted House, obviously, but it's a sequel, or it's a parody of horror movies. So this one's going over the Annabelle movie, and like the comedy just hits for me, dude. Like, in there, there's like some like subtle racism going on here with like the Hispanic and the black family, and like that's funny as fuck. And the fucking Annabelle, like Annabelle seduces what was his Malcolm? Yeah, Malcolm. He seduces him, and like he starts having sex with the doll, and he's like he has to break up with her, and like chops her up, but she keeps coming back, and it's like and then their daughter gets possessed, but she's like a hoe, so like she has like sexual like shit going on with her, and like fucking it's just fucking hilarious, man. Like, I watched this movie so many times, and each time I watch it, it's fucking funny as fuck, dude. I quote this movie all the time too. It's just I don't even understand how like people could rate this lower than some of the other movies I watched on this I've shown on this fucking on this list, because dude, this movie is one of my favorites, man. Honestly, like, I enjoy this movie through and through. I still enjoy it to this day. One of my favorite movies of all time. I give this shit a 9 out of 10 without hesitation because of how funny. Like, not a lot of movies make me laugh out loud like this movie does. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but this shit is fucking hilarious as fuck. So I honestly recommend this movie. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Maybe you like it, maybe not. Maybe the comedy doesn't hit for you. Like, if the comedy isn't hitting for you, I mean, this applies to any comedy movie ever. If the comedy isn't hitting and you're not getting a laugh out of a comedy movie, then there's nothing to fucking see. You're not gonna enjoy the movie. But if the comedy's hidden, bro, it'd be some of the fucking your favorite movies of all time. And this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've watched this so many times with my friends. We quote this movie we used to quote this movie all the time. I still do a little bit. It's just a great movie in my opinion. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Maybe tell me some of y'all favorite movies. Maybe I'll disagree with what I said. I can honestly understand that because it seems like a lot of people like horror movies these days, and I just can't enjoy it. The only horror movies that I've liked the past few years is fucking Hereditary and Midsummer, and because those actually like had a story to them. Though the ending of Midsummer wasn't my favorite, so that's why I didn't rate it. I gave that shit like a 5 out of 10. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video though. Let me know what y'all think in the comments once again, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace.